Welcome to another Canon Quick Shot, a quick review of a non-comic book or superhero movie. I'm your host Terry. Today I'm looking at The Dark Tower starring Idris Elba and Matthew McConaughey. Man, I really like this movie. I really like this movie more than I thought. So the thing with this movie is there's a book. It's based off of popular content by Stephen King, a book or a novel, whatever. Something I never read, never heard of. I didn't even research it, and when the trailer started coming out, I'm like, okay, I kind of get it, but I'm like, I really want to go into this movie fresh. And man, I dived deep into this world. If you're a fan of this movie, you know, or a fan of this book, you know, like how extensive the world is and how kind of cool it is. So I definitely fell for it really early on in the movie, but I did have those expectations because the movie's about an hour and a half. And that's one of the shorter movies you'll see. Usually a comedy is like that. And so I was like, there's got to be something going on behind the scenes. The movie took a while to come out. It was delayed. So you could tell something was going on behind the scenes. And from what I'm hearing, it seems like a good chunk of this movie was cut out, the final cut. And you can tell because the movie gets rushed towards the end. That's one of my negatives. But before that, it's so good. It's just, Idris is so good. Matthew McConaughey felt like he was overdoing it a little bit. I wouldn't go as far as say he was miscast. I just thought the way he did it was a little too much. But the character of the Man in Black, I feel like, yeah, you could have really nailed that in a different way. So that was interesting. But as far as the movie, it felt to me like a mix of a lot of different things. I came out wanting more, and I came out thinking this should have been a trilogy, not just one packed small movie, at least one long movie, because there's so much you could explore with this world. I mean, it's hard, I don't want to go into the spoilers, but you could see it and you could read the stories, and I just felt like there's a Harry Potter type feel to it with this whole hidden world going on. Then there's also this Jessica Jones type feel, if you've seen the Netflix show, where the Man in Black has all these powers, but one of them is just he tells people what to do and they do it. But the gunslinger is the only one who is not affected by it. That was an interesting dynamic, and if you've seen Jessica Jones, you know how powerful that villain was with that power. But on top of that, the Man in Black can do telekinesis and all this other magic. So he was a formidable bad guy that you were interested in. And I kind of get what they were going for, but Matthew McConaughey just didn't deliver it for me. So a lot of elements to this world that you could really build out because they didn't explain half of it. And if you read the book, you're probably going to be like, wow, they cut out a lot. And usually people say that, but I think for real, this movie's only an hour and a half. And if you haven't read the book like me, you're like, man, there's so much you could be telling me now. And it's not like you can't have a sequel to this movie, but this is the first movie I came out directly, was like, reboot it. Even though I love Idris Elba, reboot it. This is too much of a good product to let go to the wayside because the studio barely showed it all, so they weren't happy with the movie. And I still think it turned out pretty decent. It might make money, I don't know. My theater kind of was packed. It pretty much was 80%. But I will say the whole theater gave it a standing ovation. Not standing, but they all gave it an ovation at the end. People were like clapping, so I didn't expect that at all. But anyway, so for my grade, I would give it a 80%. And I really was like, I don't think it's going to be a B-level movie, but it got there for me by the end. Like some of the action, and the cinematography in this movie, another big positive. Cinematography was great in this movie. Camera shot, oh, it was so good. So I would recommend you definitely go see it. It's still summertime. It's it's an action, definitely an action type movie. Fantastical. I think you have fun. It's short. It's to the point. I would go out with some friends, see it. I think I want to see it again. I definitely think I might buy it. So yeah, anyway, 80%. So if you've seen Dark Tower, let me know what you thought in the comment section. If you want to go see it, let me know what you're expecting. Thumbs up, subscribe, and if you heard it here, it's official canon.